Hello, and welcome to the screencast on successful group working. Over the next few minutes, we will be covering the benefits of working in groups, why group work matters, getting off to a good start with your group, staying on track, and dealing with common behaviours. When you see this icon in the bottom right-hand corner, this indicates that we have a resource available for you on our website. So what are the benefits of working in groups? Just a few of these include the increased knowledge and ability that working with a larger group of people brings, as well as greater scrutiny of decisions, greater efficiency by being able to divide up the workload between all those involved, and also an opportunity for you to develop your interpersonal skills, including problem solving, negotiating, delegating, leadership, and communication, as well as the skills themselves. Being able to evidence good group working, and examples of this have recently been listed in an important Economist report showing that team working is the second most desirable skill that professional organisations are looking for new prospective employees. When starting a piece of group work, it's important to make time for the whole group to meet and get to know each other. Structured icebreakers can be a really helpful way of getting to know each other, or if this feels too formal, simply going around the group, giving each person a chance to introduce themselves and tell the group a bit about them or their hobbies. This simple step has a profoundly positive impact on how the group communicate and work together. Once everyone has introduced themselves, it's important to discuss the assignment brief you've been given and ensure everyone understands it. Rewriting the tasks or mind mapping the key elements will help make sure everyone is approaching the task from the same starting point. Another really helpful activity is to discuss and agree ground rules as a team. This is especially helpful if you are required to peer assess each other's contributions, but for any group, they are a contract between members about how they should behave and treat each other. This often helps to prevent problems, and if they do occur, you can remind the group of the agreement. Assessing your approach to the task and the strengths and weaknesses of your group can help avoid potential pitfalls. Two popular models for this are SMART and SWOT. SMART ensures that your plan is well thought out and likely to succeed. Specific ensures that your goal is clearly defined. Measurable allows you to know what things will look like when they are finished. Achievable is to make sure your team has the skills and knowledge to complete the task. Realistic and time-bound are closely linked and are to ensure that you know when your task has to be completed by and whether you can complete everything in that time. If when discussing any of these points a problem occurs, for example that your group doesn't have the necessary skills or that your idea is too large to complete in the time, you can go back and make changes early on rather than realising these when you have much less time to adjust. The SWOT model helps you to evaluate your approach. Strengths encourages you to think about what is good and unique about your approach and use a team in terms of your overall strength and what each individual brings. Weaknesses allows you to think about any possible problems in order to ensure you plan effectively to minimize the effect of these. Opportunities is a chance to think about what the possible benefits or advancements might be as a result of your work. Threats, like weaknesses, help you flag up potential pitfalls and encourage you to plan appropriately. Once you've agreed on your approach, you need to decide how to split the workload. Task planners are really helpful for this, as you can map out very clearly what needs to be done, by what date, and who is going to do the work. By completing a task planner as a team, everyone has a clear understanding of what is expected of them and others. If you can only meet once or have a tight deadline, you may only do this once. If you're able to meet multiple times, reviewing progress from the last planner and creating a new one ensures meetings are focused and keep the group on track. Agendas can be coupled with task planners to provide a record of your meetings. Before you start any lengthy discussions or reviewing past task planners, it is important to go around the group and give each member time to say if they want to discuss anything during the meeting so that time can be managed effectively. Using planners and agendas together is very effective and can be used to evidence professional practice. They are also extremely helpful if you are required to peer assess each other's contributions or reflect on your group working experience. Personas is a tool designed to make your client, real or not, a lot more tangible, and whenever you need to make a decision about your approach or the way you present your work, you can think, would our client like this? Populate the sheet with as much as you know about your client, and then fill in the blanks with what you feel matches your client's probable likes and dislikes. You may even find it helpful to create a persona out of an assessment brief that does not have an explicit client in order to help keep you focused and consistent in the way you present your information. People's behaviour can sometimes disrupt the harmony and productivity of the group as a whole and should be carefully managed. See our resource on dealing with different behaviours for top tips on getting the most out of people. Prevention is far more effective than cure when it comes to keeping your group running well. Using some or all of the structures covered in this video goes a long way to avoiding conflict or communication breakdown. If anyone does completely withdraw from the work or is abusive or confrontational, then it is important to inform your tutor of this as soon as possible so it can be appropriately dealt with. Creating a non-judgmental environment where all opinions are heard and respected will allow everyone to feel safe in suggesting ideas and contributing to discussion. If people's views are ridiculed or dismissed offhand, this can lead to them contributing less and sometimes even withdrawing from the work altogether. Involving everyone in discussion and decision making can be challenging if you have very quiet or withdrawn group members and equally very loud and dominating group members. Some ways of tackling this are to break up into pairs for discussion and then feed back to the group together, go round the table asking everyone to offer their opinion or provide an update on their work, or to allow only the person holding an item, a ball for example, to speak, as often when people are talking over each other or without pauses, less assertive group members may struggle to get heard or feel they have space to speak. Lastly, but certainly not least, is to consider assigning roles in your group. Specific roles give individuals the permission to behave in a certain way, such as leading a meeting or ensuring actions are agreed and assigned. The roles can either stay static throughout the project or can change each meeting. Changing each meeting keeps things fresh and gives everyone the opportunity to practice different skills. The best example of this is the skeptic role. It is really helpful to have someone offering alternative perspectives and questioning decisions, as it often leads to better outcomes, but to do this without agreement from the team can cause friction. We hope you found this video helpful and go on to achieve great success in your next group work assignment.